Hello there, I am ZedRndGen, the creator of ZedRndGen, and in this video I'll show you how to set up generator itself, scenery, objects and tile sets in order to get this all complicated machinery to work. So, this video was requested long ago and I really have no excuses, but it's better later than never, I guess. So let's start with the demonstration first. I already have some scenery here for my game. It uses just a normal generator, normal in terms of parameters to generate structure, and 3 tile sets. Basement with tile set ID 2. You should remember IDs because it will be, well, important sometimes. Then mention catwalk with ID 3 and mention generate ID 1. As you can see, I already have preset generation queue, I guess, that suits my generator, well, at most point. I'll get back to this later. Also, I has enabled generation at start option. That means this generator will start making level as soon as I press play button. In particular, this means that generation will start as soon as object loaded. So you can spawn generator later. For example, after player chooses some generations options that you allow him to change, or just when you load scene. So, pressing the play button, you can see here just the skeleton of generated structure. It's just making cubes. Right now it's made zoning. Zoning means that generator separates rooms, corridors and such in different abstract arrays, you can say. So this is the generated level. Here you can see the catwalks. This is the corridor that connects 2 rooms, as I can see. When corridor goes into the room, it creates doors, object door. Let me see if I can find some other. Well, I don't think I find it, so well, okay. This is the catwalk. If we come here, we can see this is the basement tile set here. This is the corridor, mentioned corridor, with some objects. Here is the window objects. Window generated when corridor goes near the room. I don't know how to say it more particular. So we can see mentioned corridors. Mentioned corridor goes near the basement room. Then corridor sees the blocks of the room and checks its height. So if corridor has a roof and room it touches, block it touches has no floor, in other words, its height is more than 1, so it's height 2. It will generate the window. Window is supposed to be object that player could not pass, maybe something like that. So, and so corridor decides what object will be generated here as the window. We'll get this back later. So this is again the mentioned corridor with some objects, and as I can see, it's lighting here. Oh yeah, there's even light. Something like that. And here is the basement corridor that touches the mansion room. As you can see, this is the seam. Seam object must be designed to hide the connection of different tile sets. As you can see here, it's not well pretty when some rock floor touches the wood floor. So this is supposed to hide this thing. Seams generated only when corridor with floor touches the block of the room with floor 2, with height 1, something like that. This is the staircase. The staircase is a separate block, but it acts like a corridor block. This means they do not create different zones when touched by corridors. This means all of this corridor with stairs is one zone that can be processed like one. And this room is another zone that connects with this corridor. So, something like that. What else we can find? Something special, maybe. Something interesting. Ooh, railings. Railings generated by any block, its room or its corridor, when by a block, any block that connects with another block, when that connected block has a height more than 1. So complicated, right? So too complicated. Well. When floor block touches non-floor block, something like that. And initial block doesn't have roof. So, as you can see, this particular block don't have a roof. Roof is actually on one block up, one block higher. I really hope you will understand somehow. Trying to explain so complicated things in other language than native. Well, you can only imagine. Okay, so as you can see, there's all of the structure. By my measurements, it's not so big. Let's try generate another one. Maybe it will be bigger, well, maybe it will be smaller. Only random. Random is our god. So, well, it's even smaller, I guess. You can see here generator was not so kind on putting rooms, and that's why we have some long corridors and not so many rooms. Also, this is the game actually. Something like that. This is the basement room again, touching the basement corridor right here. Another one, another basement room. This is the basement corridor. This is the mansion room. This is again the mansion room. This is the mansion corridor. Again, basement room. And some barrels. And this is the catwalk corridor. I ain't mentioned. Catwalk tile set has option. Every tile set has options which defines what block type it could be. I set for catwalk that it can be generated only as the corridor. So as you can see, we don't have rooms with railings as the walls. Only corridors can be mentioned catwalks. And other two tile sets as the basement and mansion, they can be any other block. So this means corridor and room, something like that. So I guess I showed everything I have at the moment. Okay, hitting stop, closing it up. This demonstration, no. So this is the basement tile set. As you can see, it allows room, allows corridors, and allows connection with rooms as the side and as the facing. You can disable so wait. Okay, cut. So also there's set auto tiling. This means generator will when generator assigns tile sets, it reads all the existing objects on the scene. And as you can see, this tile set has tag tile set, so generator will read this object with the text tile set and reads the script inside this as the tile set. If generator sees allowance of auto tiling, it will add this tile set into its tile set pool and will assign randomly this tile set. So if I disable the auto tiling, generator should generate level completely without the basement tile set. Zoning again. So it's done. Let's see. This dimension room, mansion, and mansion. But also there's no corridors. Mansion corridors completely. So let's try again. Trying again. Okay, so let's see again. There is the mansion room, mansion corridor, mansion, So if you disable auto tiling, this tile set will not be generated. And also, as you can see, catwalk has no rooms, so we see no rooms with the walls as the railings, something like that. You can access these parameters by your scripts. For example, to let player choose what style he wants, or something like this. Okay. Enough with demonstrations, so let's get into setting up the scene. So, some scene. It's completely empty scene. First we begin with creating empty let's say empty object. We'll name it generator and take it with the generator. Tag is important. Name not important. Name is never read by scripts. Only tag matters. Then to actually make it generator, we need to add to this object the script generator. ZedRndGen. Just adding this. When you're adding the generator script, it will automatically add the object generator. So it's completely initial generator that you should set up, or you can simply get the generator from generators. I have in here you can see the folder generators. That's preset generators. For example, big holes shall generate, as you can see, big rooms. Minimal length of the rooms is 5 blocks and the maximum is 6. Same width. Height is from 1 to 4. This actually should generate, let me see, room chance 8% per block. This actually should generate some big holes, as the name suggests. Then goes labyrinth. Labyrinth have rooms only as the one block. Minimal and maximum parameter is 1. This is the default generator. It's just decent setup. Small rooms, something like that. And the normal generator, normal in my measurements, something like that, nothing special, pretty decent rooms, not so long corridors, something like that. Okay, so again, you can completely set up you can completely make your own generator by modifying the empty one, or you can use and modify already preset one. We'll set completely new one. Generation queue. This defines the whole flow of the generation. As you can see, there's main tunnels or main corridors, side corridors, rooms at the end of the corridors. End of the corridor is the block of the corridor that has only one neighbor, something like that. Zoning, automatic generation of the visual part, it's the walls, floors, something else. Randomizing tile sets, it's what I told earlier, it reads all the object with stacked tile sets, reads its settings if allowed. Generation of objects. To generate objects you need to assign tile set. You can assign tile set manually by some script, or allow generator to randomly assign tile sets and then generate objects. So clear overlaps, that's what it means. When corridor is generated, so let's say it's just initial corridor, after some blocks, for example corridor length, minimal and maximal amount of blocks in one piece of the corridor. So after the generating first line of the blocks, it will try to make a corner. This means this particular corridor will try to go either this way or this way. And again, everything repeats, so this will generate some shorter one, and again we'll try to go somewhere. For example, it goes here, and again, until main corridor count is exceeded. So there's one corridor, second corridor, and third. Let's take 5 for example, and again it's making another one. It goes here. So what the problem? Let's say we have blocks. So this is how blocks will be created. Something like that. So as you can see here, place the one block of the first initial corridor. Blocks goes on. Well, generator generates blocks, not the lines. It generates blocks, and then that fourth corridor will again generate some blocks. And what's the matter? When it comes to this place, it will place its own block again on top of the existing one. Clear overlaps means it's made to delete these overlaps. So what's the problem? If you won't delete this overlap, what's gonna happen? This block, for example, chance of the room, let's say 5%. This block has 5% to spawn a room on top of itself, right? Another block has 5% too, and another 5%, and this block has 5% for the initial, and another one, and another 5% for this corridor. This means there will be doubled the chance of making the room. Sometimes, yes, it's as the feature, it's can exist. You can allow overlaps, and thus all chances will be doubled here in this place. Something like this. Complicated. So if I want same chances to make a room on each block, I enable clear overlaps. During the clearing, this block, yellow, will be removed, or maybe red one. Its generator decides, and so in this particular point of space will be only one block, and this means that there will be only 5% chance to spawn a room, not 10%, something like that. I mean 5 plus 5, or maybe something like that. So this is the clear overlaps. Wait and ticks. This made to allow other scripts to hook up on the generation, or maybe read some parameter of generator to perform some actions. You can place one, wait 10 ticks more, and this means generator will idle for 10 ticks. Okay. Init blocks. Init blocks means every generated block will read its neighbors and accordingly assign its options. For example, facing, where this block faces. It's important for corridors and staircases to generate staircase in right direction, not in the wall, but to the other blocks, something like that. For example, generate rooms at ends. It reads every block and reads the count of neighbors for this block. To do this, you need first in the blocks. So if you want to generate rooms at ends, there must be the init blocks before it somewhere. and much better will be clear overlaps first, then init, and then generate rooms at the end, something like this. I'll set this to 0. If you set generation queue to 0, generator will set its predefined one, 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 predefined, 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 somewhere, somewhere over here will be the predefined one, predefined one, start maybe, start maybe, predefined one. So this is the generate main tunnels, then clear overlaps, generate side tunnels, again clear overlaps, generate rooms on top of the all the corridors made, its main and side ones, then init blocks, generate rooms at the ends, then clear overlaps. After all of this, clear overlaps removes not only the overlapping corridor blocks and also the rooms and staircases. Clear overlaps, then wait 10 ticks, init blocks again. After the generation of the just the skeleton, you need to init blocks. If you want automatically assign tilesets, you need init blocks and start and init the zoning. Zoning will read all the blocks, already generated blocks, and separate them on different zones. What does it mean? Any corridor, any room, and every staircase will be act as the one. So every corridor connected to other corridor will be counted as one big corridor and assigned to one zone. Every zone could only have one tile set assigned. So this means these corridors, all of these corridors will be one zone. For example, this will be set as one zone. This will be the one zone and will be assigned one tile set, for example, mansion. Something like that, complicated, something like this. Then the randomizing tile sets itself, assigning tile sets to the zones, not the blocks but zones. If you have no zones, this means you can randomize tile sets on these zones and you can't automatically assign tile sets. You need to do this manually. And then generate visuals. Visuals is the walls, floors, railings, windows, stairs, and yeah, that's all. All of these objects will be generated during the generate visual. And then generate objects. Objects, well, okay, just generate objects. So, what's next? Save generation. What does it mean? If you want to run zoning and you didn't run any initializing of blocks previously, so this means you want to start zoning on nothing, generation will be suspended before you manually call these functions like init and clear overlaps. So generation will be suspended. You can use this to make your scripts time to do some calculations, something like that. Well, I don't know. Something like this. And generation will be continued as soon as you call the initialize init blocks. Complicated. Auto-resolve. Auto-resolve will automatically run the initializing and clearing overlaps when it's needed. For example, if you made only For example, if you made only generate corridors and then you're running start zoning, start zoning will run initializing, clearing first, and then initializing, and then will run itself, something like this.